Take two.
We'll roll the dice, see what happens.
Take two.
What could go wrong?
No.
Don't ask, right?
Well, no, look, full disclosure. I'll just tell you. My kids were both supposed to be at their grandparents tonight, and one of them refused to go. And she is 7. So we've worked out a deal. She should be fine. And I may have a visitor at some point. And so if you guys feel like a chop in the video, that's what the chop was. Because I try not to put her out there too much,
Yeah.
Anyway. But we love her. She's amazing. And
you'll get to hear her in the intro we're going to play here shortly when we start the audio podcast.
I love her. I played that intro for her mom.
Yeah.
She could not tell the difference between your daughter and my daughter.
I know.
She wasn't sure. Like once I told her, she said, well, where's the girl, right? It's like, because it was your daughter and then it was our son, and I was like, no, she's right there in the middle. And she had to listen to it 2 or 3 times. She's like, oh yeah, okay, now I hear it. Anyway, hey, well, you guys out there are about ready to watch. Jeff, I got to get into this. We can't make this long.
Right.
This is episode 4 because I'm watching as soon as we hit stop here tonight.
Seriously, I can't wait.
I'm watching the next episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I don't even know what the name of next week's episode is. I already have my prediction for it.
I'll bet. Yeah.
I really did. I already have my prediction for it. Like,
at this point, we almost don't need the names anymore. I think we know where things are going.
Yeah. I already know what I'm saying next week's episode is going to be about.
Well, we have a long time until we get there.
Well, hopefully like an hour. But anyway, what you guys out there are about to watch is Jeff and I recording an audio podcast, because this is an audio podcast. That's how this whole show got started.
It is.
And what you guys are watching is the behind the scenes. This is how we record the show. But frankly, this is the better show all the way around. So you guys are going to see all the outtakes. You're going to see the flubs. You're going to see the rabbit trails. You're going to see all that stuff that Jeff over there is going to edit out. And this is how we put all the cookie stuff in a bag, shake it up, and pop out some cookies.
Cookies sound good. You know what else sounds good?
Hit and start.
Doing this.
Let's go.
You are valued, and you are needed.
You will be Emperor. I think you're about to go where everyone has gone before.
The year is 2024. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5. For the first time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the first time, not a Star Trek podcast. My name is Jeff Akin, and I am the one who was.
And I'm Brent Allen, and I am the one who will be.
And we're watching Babylon 5 for you. And we're watching Babylon 5 for the first time for you, the one who is.
Jeff and I are 2 veteran Star Trek podcasters who a couple of years ago decided, hey, let's watch this show that we've never, ever seen, and let's give it that same treatment that we do to our Star Trek podcast, which is overanalyze everything and try to come up with whatever weird messages they're trying to say. But how are they doing it in a way that is different from Star Trek? How are they doing it in a uniquely Babylon 5 way?
And to keep the Star Trek to a minimum in this Babylon 5 podcast, we play the Rule of 3. This is a game that limits us each to up to and no more than 3 references to Star Trek per episode.
That's it. 3. 1, 2, 3. No substitutions, exchanges, or refund.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Brent.
It is that time again.
Can you believe it?
We are in the final stretch of season 4.
It's wild.
It feels like we just started the season like 3 weeks ago.
If that,
maybe less. Maybe
I can't
less.
believe we're at the end.
It has been so fast, despite the middle of the season, which felt a little weird. But oh my gosh. And do you know what that means?
I do. Why don't you tell our incredible community what that means?
Oh, that means that in just 4 incredibly short weeks, we are going to be having our season 4 wrap up. And what do we do during wrap ups?
We give stuff away.
We do giveaways. Let's hear. We have done a 3D model printed Babylon 5 station. We have done 3D printed Starfuries. We have done 3D printed Captain John Sheridan action figures, which I guess those aren't really 3D printed. Those are probably
molded or something.
Poured plastic. Anyway, we've done that. We've got something new this time.
We do.
Something we've never done before. Jeff, it's in your possession. The first
Yeah,
three
and
were
it's
mine.
heavy.
This one's in your possession. You look like you're farting right now.
Oh,
Can that go on the audio feed?
it's so heavy. This is the Babylon 5 encyclopedia with the complete hardcover set in one massive paperback. If you're on the audio feed, please go to our YouTube and look at this thing. This thing is no joke. It is literally, it's like 813. Nope. I'm sorry. 817 pages of information about Babylon 5. This was a gift from an incredible listener who wanted to remain anonymous, and we're going to pass this on to a special winner on our season 4 wrap up. Brent, why don't you tell people what they have to do to win this thing?
Yeah, listen, folks, this one's real easy. Real easy. All you have to do is go, and this is kind of a bone. This one's going to be for a special group of people. Now, this is open to everybody, but there's one qualification. You have to be a patron. You have to be a patron at any level. Any level of Patreon, and you qualify. Whether you have been, whether you were one of our first ones in Patreon, and if you're a first one, you know exactly who you are, or whether you have joined us just recently. And it doesn't matter what level. Anybody who is a patron qualifies for this giveaway. If you have not joined us on Patreon yet, please go over and do that. The address, patreon.com/Babylon5 first.
The number 5 and the word first.
That's right. And we're going to make sure that it's down in the show notes below if you are watching the YouTube video, or it's going to be in the show notes for the podcast feed if you're listening to the audio version later. All you got to do is sign up, be a patron. We will draw your name, and you could be the winner of this complete hardcover set in one massive paperback. You know what I thought, Jeff? I thought you were just saying that word, and then I realized it's literally written on the cover.
That's the copy.
Hilarious.
Got there. And you even got all this great stuff I'm sharing is
also,
on the front cover.
It includes free access to online multimedia edition as well.
Pretty cool.
Ooh, a full multimedia presentation. Song of the Cebu, here we come.
Right, this is the thing that anybody who loves Babylon 5 would love to get their hands on. So
I kind of want to like I don't know if I want to keep it. I probably would, but I definitely want to look at it.
I'll tell you, I made a mistake. I'll own this. I opened it to look, and I looked and I said, I don't recognize this photograph that's here. And I immediately closed the book and I said, this will be for later, because our great, wonderful, dear listener did send a copy for me and a copy for the giveaway.
There you go.
So I'm leaving mine on a shelf. I'm not going to touch it till we're to the end, but this thing looks like it's got everything.
You know what's been cool, Jeff? All of our giveaways have been listener provided.
I know.
The 2 3D printed models came from our good friend Wash.
Mm-hmm.
The Captain John Sheridan was sent to us by a listener. And this one has been sent to us by a listener. That's the community feeding the community right there. Like, that is amazing.
That's our community showing that humanity's greatest strength is our ability to build community.
There you go. Oh,
there it is.
Look at you, Jeff.
We're living the Babylon 5 message.
10 points for you, my friend. Well, Jeff, listen, we love giving stuff away here at Babylon 5 for the first time. We love our rule of 3. One of the things we also love is our predictions. It is one of the highlights of the show. People talk about it nonstop. It's their favorite part, is when we get to the predictions and they say how scary it is that we are so right and how absolutely hilarious it is when we are so wrong. Jeff, let's look back at last week to see what you thought this week was going to be about, and how close were you to what Between the Darkness and the Light was going to be about.
I thought this was going to be the other side of intersections in real time, right? Like that, like we were going to see the things going on while Sheridan was being interrogated. We're going to see Ivanova liberating colonies, Garibaldi begging to get someone to listen to him. And then I figured that this would be the rescue attempt by Delenn and Lanier.
What do you think? Oh, I get to grade this one, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you had to start doing that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So the first part of that is the rescue. I'm going to give you something just for the rescue attempt.
But it wasn't Delenn or Lanier that did it.
That is true. You did qualify it.
I did. The only thing I'd got even close to
Yeah.
right was Ivanova liberating some colonies.
There you go. There you go.
And that
I'm
was a
going to
gimme.
give you a 1/10 of a star, a 10th of a point.
It's very generous. It's very
It's a good
generous.
point.
Thank you. What about you?
Well, I said that since last week was all about Sheridan, this week was going to get back to everyone else. To be fair, I basically thought that meant not Sheridan. He wasn't going to be a part of this episode at all. But I said this is the rescue attempt. The rescue attempt is on. What this one is about, it is the retrieval of John Sheridan. And I put no parameters on who was coming to get him.
It's pretty smart. So I'm going to give you 0.75 on this one because you get that. That was great. That was also kind of a little part of the whole thing.
I truly thought that this entire episode, like that was the thrust. Like we were going to open with Ivanova and Marcus and maybe Garibaldi off doing something else. And they're just going, we've got to go get him. Now we're going to go get him. Let's just go. And that it was going to be that story. And it was going to end with them like opening the cell door and grabbing John and taking him out.
And being like, oh, the light.
Yeah. Oh, and he's gonna be like all his beard was gonna be like you after you haven't shaved for 20 minutes.
Right.
You know? So well, Jeff, those were our predictions. Let's get to what this episode really was about for the folks at home who maybe haven't seen this episode in a while, or maybe like us, they've never seen the show before, they've never seen this particular episode, but they're listening to us anyway, which is totally cool. Why don't you tell the folks out there what really happened in between the darkness and the light?
Sheridan is free. Somehow he's back on the station. He's visiting with Dr. Franklin, which frankly should be the first red flag that you see here. Because actually, no, he's still strapped to the chair with not William and some interrogator in training still doing what they can to break the good captain. With nowhere left to run, Garibaldi makes contact with the Mars Resistance. And they're just about as happy to see him as Michael Scott was to see Toby when he came back. Number one offers to let Franklin do the honors, but Franklin wants to hear Garibaldi's side of the story. No one believes him, so he begs Lita, Garibaldi does, to do a deep scan. She does it, and then she plops his memories into number one's dome, and now everybody's on board. They get to work planning the rescue of Sheridan. But number one is super stingy with the help. She sends him along with the praying mantis teacher lady from the Teacher's Pet episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She isn't much help there, but they do get where they need to go. Garibaldi leans on his newfound celebrity as the dude that brought Sheridan in to get past the guards and into Sheridan's cell. Thank goodness Lita's there too. She unleashes Psycor's ultimate weapon and takes the last guards down with pain. They rescue him, and they're on their way. Out in space, Ivanova is doing exactly what she said she'd do. She's liberating colonies, most recently Beta 9. They take a prisoner who tells them Clark is onto them and is going to ambush them on their way to Mars. He's got some super destroyers now, built up with organic shadow tech, and plans on ending this before they get to Mars. And how does Clark know where they're headed next? Well, turns out some of the defectors weren't so defecty after all. While all of this is going on, Londo and G'Kar are breaking diplomatic protocol. They've called a session of the council without Earth or Minbar represented, which is not okay if you're going to take a vote. Delenn storms in just as the vote is taken, and under the leadership of G'Kar and Londo, they unanimously vote to help the Liberation Fleet. And they did it in a way that the Minbari weren't involved, so they wouldn't be feeding into Earth's propaganda machines. Ivanova leads the White Stars to the ambush point, ordering the Earth ships to stand by. The advanced Omega destroyers call for Ivanova to surrender, but she very coldly informs them that she has been sent by God, and that she will be the last living thing they ever lay their eyes on. An exciting battle ensues with losses on both sides. Eventually, the White Stars are successful, but just as they're about to regroup, Ivanova's ship crashes into shrapnel, and she's crushed under the debris. Sheridan makes it to the White Star, and he wants to see Ivanova right away. She is in a bad, bad way. Marcus has been sitting with her nonstop. The Minbari physicians say that she has maybe a week to live at most. In a heartfelt and tearful moment, she has one final request for Sheridan. And the episode ends with him fulfilling that wish and taking command of the Agamemnon. They set course for Mars, setting up Earth versus Clark in the showdown to end all showdowns. Brent, did you find yourself between the darkness and the light in this one?
Jeff, I ain't gonna lie. I loved this episode. I freaking loved everything about this episode. It was action-packed. They got me in the beginning, like real short. And I was like, I see. This was everything I needed. And we even got the pain.
We did. I knew you would love that as soon as it happened.
It was something else. But it called back. It finally called back that not every defector was really defecting. Well, there was a big surprise. I think I'm going to roll over and die from not surprise. Like it was awful. Like, but they came back to it is my point. Like they didn't just leave that hanging out there, It was good. And, all of that being said, I'm very sad.
Yeah.
I'm so very sad because if Claudia Christian is leaving the show, like if Ivanova is dead. Now my question is, because I mean,
yeah,
stuff like this happens and you don't come back from it. If she's dying, what my question is Claudia leaving the show or is Ivanova dying? Like, is this a part of the plan from JMS? Like, she has to go in order for other stuff to happen. Or you remember in Enterprise when Trip gets killed at the very end?
I do.
You know,
love that moment.
Is this that moment? Like, we got to have somebody that we love, somebody on the DVD cover that's real, get taken out.
It might be that. Exactly that.
And I mean, Jeff, I think we should acknowledge that we are fully aware of the real life history of how the end of season 4 went down.
Yes.
And
we've been made aware of that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And our understanding is that the show had gotten canceled. Actually, I think what it was the P10 network got canceled and Babylon 5 was on that. So JMS accelerated his plans to get to the end of the show. So they're shooting this thinking they're coming up on the end of the show. And it was like in the last moment, I guess WB came in and rescued, or TNT came in and rescued Babylon 5 to give it the 5th season, is my understanding. Anyway, so if they're truly thinking this is the end of the show and Ivanova's gone, then I just want to know that, like, probably should ask people to not actually tell us the truth.
Yeah, I was gonna say we want to know, but we don't want to know yet. Like, just this is a hypothetical. We want to know. Please do not tell us what actually happened.
Rhetorical question of, I want to know, was this a part of the plan, or is this Claudia actually leaving the show? Like, because here's what I don't know. I don't know at what point they knew they were coming back.
Right, and I think there's an interesting piece that I honestly hadn't considered to this point, where like actors got to work, right? And so they hear, hey, the network's gone and we're done. You go start auditioning.
Yeah.
And which makes, oh my gosh, bro, which makes me wonder, like, what's season 5? We'll get there, right? What's season 5 going to look like? I can't think about that now, but I hadn't considered that. Like,
I mean, I'm going to assume that everybody is pretty much coming back for season 5, except now for Ivanova. Because she took a ship to the face. Like,
you don't come back for that. Although I have thoughts. I have some thoughts we'll get to at the very, very end. But but ultimately you're right. Like, this is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Which made me very, very sad. But we got a great Ivanova line out of this one.
A couple.
So, yeah, we did. I mean, this was like classic Ivanova right here. So, and how about you, Jeff? What were your impressions of this episode?
Same. I loved this thing. It had, like you said, it had everything. The stuff going on Mars to do the rescue was fun. It was funny. Like it was good. The stuff happening on the ship, like it was dark and heavy, but still great action. We saw old season 1 of Ivanova, like we just talked about, the great lines and the quips, but also we saw a more mature Ivanova who understood exactly what she was there to do. Like in that scene when she was talking to the guy who gave up on the ambush piece, and she's just like, you will answer for your crimes. Like boom, it's just hardcore. Now, this was great. This episode took us on a journey all the way through, and was just super powerful. I loved this episode.
So I guess we just sort of start at the beginning.
I guess
I really don't know where to, like, there was no like A plot, B plot, anything like that. It just, the plot was the plot.
Well, I've got a couple like breakdowns of stuff, because like really there was the whole rescue,
right?
And then there was the stuff that happened with the League, and then there was the stuff that happened with Ivanova and up in space. But
fair enough. Why don't you take it, Jeff? Where are we going?
Well, let's talk about the Sheridan rescue.
Great,
because I think that's a fun thing to do. For me, like you said, it got you at first, and it did me as well. Except my first question literally was, why is he hanging out with Dr. I'm on the Franklin train, people. Like, this isn't me going, like, sliding back, but I'm like, of all the people on Babylon 5, why is he doing the debrief with Franklin here in the thing? But I'm glad that they, like, showed it was still continuing. They had the same interrogator. I thought that was a really good fake out to start the episode.
We got to talk about the interrogator. Did you know who that was?
Who was that?
It was Bruce Gray. Do you know who Bruce Gray is?
No.
Bruce Gray, he played I'm sure about one, but I'm almost positive. There was an episode of The Next Generation where it was the other Galaxy class starship that wound up getting blown up.
Is that the Yorktown?
Something like that. Yeah. But he was the captain, because they wanted to show the Enterprise getting blown up, but they couldn't show the Enterprise getting blown up. So they brought in a fake Enterprise. But it was that one. But the other thing was, speaking of Enterprise, I've already referenced him once tonight. He played Sirach in Enterprise.
Did he really?
Yep. Yeah. And the 4th season Vulcan origin story trilogy thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep. Is it really a buzz? I'm just talking about the actor.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not my fault. Okay, fine, fair enough. Did I talk about Star Trek? Yes. Okay, fine.
Did he do other stuff other than Star Trek, and you just happened to dust that one off, or those two off? Like,
no, that literally is his entire IMDb page. A couple episodes of Star Trek, Babylon 5, and nothing else.
Oh,
that's his entire acting career. Actually, I'm pretty sure if you go back and look, his acting credits are deep.
Probably pretty vast. Yeah,
deep.
He was great. I mean, we got him for a little bit at the end of last week, and then here, and I thought he was great in the couple of minutes we got him.
Oh, he was really good. Jeff really liked the intercut between Dr. Franklin and the interrogator.
Yeah.
What was going on in Sheridan's mind versus what they were saying in reality. How he and that girl were talking to each other right in front of Sheridan's face. And Sheridan's like, I don't know what's going on.
It made me wonder how they filmed that. Because like there's a version of it where they filmed the whole thing in the interrogation chamber, and then they filmed the whole thing, sitting at the table, and then they intercut it together. But they had that girl in and out of different. So like all the way from production on shooting this, there was a lot of plan on how they were going to cut that together.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to shoot the whole thing once without the girl, shoot the whole thing once with the girl, and then do it again on the other side. And then they probably shot it a few more times after that just for extra takes.
Yeah, and then just did some comps to put people in here or there. But no, it was a really well put together scene.
So is Sheridan keeping this beard?
I hope so.
I like it on him. I really like it on him. I think it looks good.
Yeah. Also, he was there a week. That's quite a bit of growth for a week.
Is it?
Yeah, so I got a pretty strong beard that goes, and I don't think I could do that in a week.
Really?
Yeah,
I like how even messed up Sheridan, like captive Sheridan, his beard is still pretty kempt.
Yeah, it's quite manicured or whatever the word is. Yeah, yes. Very much so. Very clean edges, and especially like here on the chin, there's because my beard grows similarly to his, and that you've got the Welcome to the Babylon 5 Beardcast, as we talk about this. But you've got the hair on the chin that covers, and then you've got the little bit in the middle that I think in the late 90s, early 2000s, we called a soul patch.
Yeah.
And then you get the on the side that if you keep that nice and clean, because it's not the same level of growth, you get this real nice kind of separation in there. I gave up on keeping that clean, I don't know, about 2 or 3 years ago. But in this, like, it is well taken care of.
Jeff, I need to pause just for a sec.
All right, cool. YouTube, just so you know, you're about to see a skip. I'm going to edit this piece out while he takes care of what you were just hearing over there. I think it sounds like his dog was doing something. So, cut.
Okay, we were talking about beard game. Keep it clean.
So
looks good. We were done with that conversation.
Yeah, so I'll say, you can just pick it up wherever I say, and we're back.
So this gaslighting story, like, this is the first example of pure gaslighting I've ever seen on TV this early. I mean, they're trying to get him to believe this story that they've concocted about him.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, we don't want his cooperation. We want his
conversion.
Yeah. And his repentance. Because we want him to feel sorry about this awful thing that he has done.
Clearly he's done. There's no way he couldn't have done this.
Right. But I mean, that's like, they're just going to keep on insisting that this was history until he believes it.
Mm-hmm. At some point, I was impressed with how easily he still fought back. You know, when you did this because the alien said whatever. He's like, no, that's
right.
Even drugged up Sheridan's like, no, that didn't happen. And so they added more drugs to the whole thing. And I even loved that, where like they just told him exactly what's going to happen. Here, we're going to put this in his drink. It'll break him. Here, would you like some more coffee? Oh yeah, thanks. Right. Drank it right down.
So I have a question. Did we ever see Sheridan with the resistance on Mars?
No.
Why does Sheridan know that everybody goes by a number? I wouldn't think that he would know that.
I think the only way he would have known that is if Franklin or Marcus told him.
Yeah, but he talks about as if he was there having conversations. Like, I don't know. We all went by numbers.
I wonder. Yeah, because even if I go back far enough, he was actually on the against them, you know, back during the Mars riots.
Yeah.
And then, they tried to make it like, you had these conversations. Yeah. Well, maybe like a couple other things that have happened in this season. That's a thing we're just supposed to assume happened at some point.
So just because it's a thing, and it is a real thing, and we see this happening all the time, like we see this happening in public life these days, more so than I've ever been aware of as a grown adult, of people just reinterpreting, like not even reinterpreting, just they don't like what actually history says. So they're just going to say something different happened and continue to talk about it as if that actually is the fact.
Well, if you tell a lie, if you tell a lie often enough, it becomes the truth.
People, yeah.
Because just like we learned last week, the truth is the truth, but also it's movable and fluid based on what you need it to be.
Alternative facts, I guess.
Something like that.
Yes.
And so Garibaldi heads to trying to get a hold of the resistance, right? And get them to help him out.
Right.
And then gets picked up by them.
Sure. What really jumped out to me though in this whole scene was Franklin. Now, Jeff, you and I have given Franklin a hard time over the course of this series.
Yeah.
There have been a few times, very few and very far between, where we've gone, no, Franklin was right on this one. The way that Franklin insisted on hearing Garibaldi's side of the story, that was the right thing.
100%.
That was the thing to do. That was one of the best Franklin moments I've seen in this entire series. Like, you go, dude. Yeah. That's how that should be.
Because I feel, it's fair, right? Just straight up fair to hear that. But I have no doubt that if he was just like, I want to hear your side of the story, and Garibaldi was like, well, dude was a punk and I hated him, Franklin would have straight put a cap in his, boom, he would have fired. I have no doubt he would have fired that PPG, but he wanted to give him the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how Garibaldi didn't get scared, didn't freak out. He cracked wise about the whole thing. He's just like, wasn't my fault. It was his, well, can you prove it? Yeah, sure. I got a receipt right here from the psychop that did the whole thing. Like, so one, it was like, here's the truth. And also, look, it's just me, being me. That was really great. I loved the way that happened.
Jeff, I have a question about this. So everything that Garibaldi did was, yes, it was amped up by Bester and what he did to him, but its roots, everything he did was still in the basis of who he, like his internal dialogue of what he really thinks. Like on some level, Garibaldi really would think that Sheridan has this cult of personality.
Yes.
Right. On some level, Garibaldi really would think that he thinks he's a god, and maybe this isn't really the right way to go. On some level, Garibaldi does think he can kind of go do whatever he wants with full immunity, because what they've done on Babylon 5 is just as bad. Right. One thing we see in our society time and time again is people holding other people accountable for their thought process.
Yes.
Not for the conclusions that they come to, but for their thoughts. Oh, well, you said this, so that means you think this, and therefore you're done. Like that happens all the time in our society. Should they have still been able to trust Garibaldi, even though they knew that Bester had been there messing around with his mind, because he still thinks this, at least on some level? And by the way, this would have been the answer that we would have seen on TV in any other show. Oh, well, we still can't trust you because this is still you.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in a romance. Well, you still have feelings for that person, so I can't be in a relationship with you because deep down, like really deep down, you still have feelings for a person that you were together with for a very long time. Like, what do you think?
I felt like I don't think I ever brought this up, but I think that when he was having his initial objections to Sheridan, there's precedent in their relationship. I think it was the Coming of Shadows or the Shadow of Zahadum. I forget which one, but where it was Shadow of Zahadum when Sheridan had Morden arrested and was just going, mafia style on him. And Garibaldi was like, one, you can't do that. And two, if you keep doing that, I'm going to walk. And then he kept doing it and he walked. I think that Garibaldi on his own, without the Bester influence, probably would have gone to Sheridan and said, dude, what is going on?
Right.
If you keep doing this, I can't be a part of it. Or what, they would have had the conversation. I think the Bester influence took that it's that pause. We talked about it before. The little person who sits over here with the flag and says, say it, don't say it. He basically took that person out so that Garibaldi went from, I don't like what he's doing, to quit and go do other things instead of having the conversation. But I think that if I'm Franklin, if I'm Sheridan, right? Like I am looking forward to the scene between Sheridan and Garibaldi when they talk about this, and Sheridan has to forgive him, essentially. Yeah. I have to believe that's what's going to happen. Because, these are parts of him that are turned up, but I also think he got to a point in his programming where he didn't have control over what he was doing. And I think this might have been around the time, because that's where he started really going dead face a lot of the time. And when he did capture Sheridan and meet him in the bar, he was kind of going through motions at that point. I think Garibaldi of old, an uninfluenced Garibaldi, would have been brimming with emotion, as he would have gotten in on that bar fight.
Yeah. Because he literally just sat in a chair and watched the fight happen
with no expression on his face whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think, for me, and it goes back to passing through Gethsemane, right? On who, is the new personality responsible for what the old personality did? And while it's complicated because this was ramping up his feelings, I don't think you can hold him responsible for what he did.
Yeah. I agree.
And number one felt that way too. After she got the download of everything, she immediately changed her tune.
Yeah. I I wanted to point this out just because I think the way they wound up handling it here in this show is the way that we should handle stuff like this. Like people, you have to be able to have the initial thought and then run it through the filters. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and be able to in your brain before it comes out of your mouth, hopefully before it comes out of your mouth, go, okay, is this right? Is this wrong? Is this right? Is this wrong? No, here is my actual answer of way I feel about it. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes people, if they find out like too early in the process what somebody's thought was, I mean, it's thought police, right? Like we've been
Exactly.
dealing with this in this episode or in this show, right? But I think the way they handle this, like they didn't hold an original, like, oh, deep down below, this is how you really feel. No, like that might be my first response, but I'm an adult. I can come to a conclusion on that. I've said before, Jeff, there are certain things that was drilled into me growing up as a hillbilly in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That as an adult now, I would tell you are gross and awful and not okay. And there are still times today, my initial response is based on that old way.
Yeah.
And it gets caught somewhere between, here and here, but between my head and my mouth, for the audio folks out there, it gets caught there to go, oh, wait, no, that's garbage. Let's go with what the truth is. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, let's be a grown up about it. And like, it's okay that people have that process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of processes, let's talk about blocks. Lita was having a lot of trouble getting through these blocks of Garibaldi.
At first, yeah.
Okay. I know Bester's a P12.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well, he'll be the first one to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought Lita was like supercharged. Like, I know she's technically a P5. I know the Vorlons did something to her and amped her up, but I always got the impression that she was beyond P12. But she she had to work to get through that stuff. Now she eventually did. Like, but I just didn't it felt incongruous that she had that much trouble getting through Bester's blocks.
I think she had trouble getting through them because she didn't want to hurt Garibaldi. If I want to break into your house and I have a sledgehammer, I can break into your house. No problem.
Yeah.
But if I want to break into your house and not have you know right away that I broke into your house, I'm going to have to like take time and skill and be gentle with things.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Because she even said,
point.
he's like, do it, get in there. And she's like, look, you could get hurt really badly. This could be awful. And he's like, I don't care. I'm going to die one way or the other. And
Yeah.
then she went full Betazoid.
Oh, the eyes went black and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, he should have freaked out.
The gills pop out.
Exactly. I go full Lita. I was going to try and come with a Lita Vorlon thing, Vorlita or whatever. But he should have been afraid of her. Have we ever seen that automatic PPG rifle thing before that she was holding? Gush, 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 gush.
I don't know.
Whoa. I'd be a little nervous too.
I feel like we have, but I feel like we haven't seen a lot of guns. Just the PPGs, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like back in the Gathering, we saw a variety of weapons, and they just sort of stuck to the PPG.
That seems right. Yeah. And then we got the slug thrower in Gray 17 is missing. That's it.
There you go.
So he goes down. Once they're on board, he says, "Hey, let's get a plan. Let's go get Sheridan." And
so Garibaldi's back in the fold.
Yeah, just like that.
We're good. He's back in the fold.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, apparently.
Kind of. I mean, okay. Spoiler. Kind of like, hey, you know who can beat this bad guy who just came back from the dead? That is like really scary. With a hug.
That's all we need.
That's how we're gonna beat her. That was 100% a Star Trek reference.
Yeah, totally.
For those out there wondering, 100%.
I just need to give you a hug and love conquers.
Tell you'll be okay, and I mean that's the Roddenberry way.
Apparently,
that love was going to be the thing that kills. Immutable technology.
But I think though, to that point, I get it in this episode. I need.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't need Franklin and Garibaldi to make nice.
Yeah.
I won't need Ivanova and Garibaldi to make nice. I need Sheridan and Garibaldi to make, like, I
Need them
need
back on the
that.
same page. Yeah. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
But I kind of love, like, they're like, how do you know where he is and this stuff? He's like, dude, I'm a hero. Like, ISN has me up all the time and people are begging to tell me this stuff. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So let's talk about that whole point. Because it was a fun little bit. It was a fun little retrieval.
It was
Going in, talking to the guy behind the cage, and then going and talking to the guards. And I mean,
well, first we get the whole we're going down through all these tunnels and
yeah,
got a little canteen, right?
Yeah.
Who gulped? We got a long ways to walk. You sip, you don't gulp. I loved it too, because on my second watch through, I knew the joke was coming through. Franklin totally took a gulp. Like,
yeah,
Garibaldi's like, boop, Lita, boop, and he even had the whole after he drank it. It's
right.
like, dude, come on, man.
Right. That is one of those things that, oddly, I'm sitting here thinking, did they need to pad like 10 extra seconds in the episode?
That whole scene.
They chose that.
Between the sip gulp conversation and then Lita for a substantial amount of time on screen being like, I am not a good liar. I don't know how or for what, but I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue somebody. That was a good chunk of time to get that out.
Here's my note. I'm just going to read it to you and you can choose to buzz or not. I don't know how many I got left right now, because I don't know that it is. And I said the whole thing about gulping or sipping, being a good liar or not, and suing someone equals pillar filler.
Oh, yeah, that's not a buzz, but because he probably has done it in other things as well.
He did. For those of you out there who don't know, Michael Pillar is a writer. He wrote a lot for Star Trek, but other things as well. And he was infamous for whenever an episode needed a little bit of padding, he would write a tiny little scene that didn't mean anything. It's where we got the Worf loves prune juice bit. By the way.
Which stuck pretty well.
Yes.
That should be a buzz. I'm going to let it go.
But I was, whatever.
Yeah, we'll let it go.
Okay.
So they get in. Dude behind the thing is just like, hey, I know this is against protocol, but you're cool. You're the guy on the news. Go ahead. Go on in. Wow.
Until he wasn't. He was like, hey, he's not supposed to be out here. Oops.
The other guards call him on it.
Yeah.
We got Lita doing the pain
Lita
thing.
Dropped him. That's what I mean. She went through the block. Okay, I'm with you on the blocks. He's just trying not to hurt him, and that was the issue. Like, but I mean, she dropped those pain. Ah!
She made the face and every like she
it was so
like
good.
It happened. It's literally like they're like, hey, we want you to do this thing. Let's have you watch this episode called Eyes. And she's like, oh, I'm not a great actor, but I can't be that bad. And they're like, no, the other guy. There's this great scene. You need to do that.
You might have worked with him once or twice.
Yeah, possibly.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, when they came in, so they beat up those guys in the tunnels, they put on the Earth Force uniforms to go in.
Yeah.
I prefer those Earth Force uniforms.
Over the Babylon 5 uniforms?
Yeah, like the Minbari ones they made for him.
Ooh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I like the Babylon 5. The Earth Force ones look... I like the dress Earth Force uniforms.
Big time.
The daily Earth Force uniforms they leave a lot to be desired visually, but the dress ones look really cool. On a day-to-day wear, though, I like the Babylon 5 ones way better.
Yeah. They're probably more comfortable, I would imagine, but I like the look. Seeing Garibaldi and Franklin in them, I'm just like, God, I miss seeing them in these.
It took me a minute to realize why Garibaldi was holding his uniform jacket. It didn't even occur to me that it was the Earth Force jacket until like they were walking through in Earth Force gear.
So yeah, they go in, they get Sheridan. He's high as a kite. I loved it when he's kind of looking. First thing he sees is Franklin, right? Which would, given what we just saw, would probably cause a reaction. But then he sees Garibaldi and he's like, Michael, I was gonna kick your butt for something, but I don't remember. That's good. I thought it was good because like that everything about that, even up to the actual rescue, is kind of played for laughs, even though it had some serious stuff in it. I think it was really well done.
Right.
And then he makes it to the fleet. Garibaldi and Franklin go somewhere else.
Somewhere else, and they're good to go.
And while all this is going on, we've got Londo and Jakar. Who are just buddies. They're super nice.
I was going to say they went through that process of getting back together real fast. Like you went from I'll sign it, but not on the same page to, hey, we're making plans. We're having dinner. Why don't you come on over? I'm going to pick some food off his plate. He's going to share some off mine.
I thought this was going to be through the end of this season into the 5th season, kind of a like, let's explore this and do. Yeah. Nope. Not only are they buddy, but like they're all smiles and they've got all these great ways and ideas to help everybody now.
Yeah.
I didn't really buy it.
But I will. Well, here's the thing. I was having an issue with it until they explained it at the end of the episode. And I want to save that for later in our discussion. But I loved that piece, and I think that's a huge thing. So we'll come back to that.
Okay.
But let's put a pin in that particular conversation. However, Londo and the League. Now, I thought they were going after Sheridan. I thought they were trying to concoct a plan to actually straight up go after Sheridan.
Yes. I thought the same thing. Like they were going to go in and do it. I think I get what they did.
Yep.
I'm not okay with it though.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on their plan?
I'm not sure. In general, I like what they're doing, right? Yeah, I don't know.
It bothered me because the guiding principle that Sheridan has had through this whole thing, and I feel like he's been crystal clear about, is this is an Earth thing. This will be humans going and taking on humans. There's a massive propaganda machine in Clark and all of his stuff about how all of this is influenced from alien forces.
Mm-hmm. Particularly the Minbari, though.
Particularly the Minbari, which they went through pains, right, to make sure that the Minbari weren't a part of this.
Right.
But the minute some alien fleet pops through to help with the battle, everything that propaganda machine has been saying gets confirmed. If I'm Joe Average, who just watches ISN, and they show me footage of alien vessels firing on Earth Force destroyers, they're right. Like, it's all real to me now. The sentiment is great, but the execution, I think, is super contrary to what Sheridan's been trying to build here.
So my other problem with it, though, was, are they going to leave Babylon 5 open?
Oh, yeah.
And that's honestly where my mind went when I was like, I like the idea of them going to help. They can stand in support as long as they stand behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah. They're not up there doing this stuff.
Exactly. I do think that there is something to be said for the strength of the rest of the universe is coming together to tell you that you're wrong. And we've got our human folks up here at the front.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? Like this isn't just your own little civil war you guys got going on. This is everything.
Everybody.
Else. The other side, though, is, does the League really, is that not interference? Because this is kind of a civil war.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Like, it's really not their business. They don't need to be getting involved on that level. Like, they can come out and sign their support and say, yes, we support so-and-so, but to come in and back up somebody else, like, I
see it as a big difference between this and then the Narn Centauri War, where when they used the mass drivers, the Centauri did, the Earth, Minbari, and the Vorlons all wrote, filed protests against the use of those. In that case, someone should have gotten involved. Like that was the door that opened. The other people should be getting involved and trying to help protect the Narn. But in this case with Earth, you're right. It's a civil matter, but now they're going to come together. I think it's, on one hand, it says a lot about the maturity of the League and all the other worlds there. On the other hand, I think it shows, I don't know, maybe just that power of, well, this is a show about humans on Earth, so we're going to come together for humans on Earth kind of a thing.
Here's the other thing. In many ways, I feel like it overpowers the Resistance fleet. Because Earth is a planet.
Yeah, one.
All of these other planets out there are a planet. Non-aligned worlds. Aligned or not, they're non-aligned worlds. Who does Earth have coming to its defense? What alien race is coming to Earth's defense? None. Not that we know of, anyway.
Well, they had the shadows for the longest time. I'm still holding out, and there's a little evidence in this one that I was right.
And we'll get to that. But in general, who's coming? Like, given the entire White Star fleet and the mass number of defections, we had 5 before lunch. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. All of these defections. How big is Earth's fleet? That Earth is still going to outnumber them, or
even stand up against them.
Yeah, like what do you have left? Because now you're going to add in all of these alien worlds that are sending. Let's just say they all send 1 ship each. Probably going to send more because they're assembling their fleet.
Mm-hmm.
But also, who's watching Babylon 5 back there? That's it. I mean, listen, if Sheridan and crew want to roll through and just pick off everybody like it's nothing, cool. But that's really, I don't know.
It's a problem. I take it back to the Lita and Garibaldi thing. Lita, yes, could just bust in and pull those memories out of Garibaldi's head. No problem. She didn't want to hurt him. Sheridan could bust through just with the White Star fleet, bust through, take everybody out, blow up, float President Clark up into space and blast him with that White Star beam weapon. No problem. Easy. This could be a 3-day affair, right? But no, he doesn't want to kill people. He wants to give them an opportunity to surrender. He wants to protect things. So it's more surgical. Bringing in alien vessels ruins all of that.
I mean, even if they just show up of their own accord.
Exactly.
Now, that being said, for the narrative of a story,
it's great.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, yeah, get there. You guys are, we're not. By the way, because here's the other thing, Jeff, did we just witness the founding of the Federation?
I think what we saw,
the non-aligned worlds just aligned, and they formed a federation of planets that were united. Just saying.
I think specifically what we saw was a thing that, if you go back, I don't know, about 20 episodes in the Babylon 5 for the first time feed, you'll see this one called the Season 3 Wrap-Up, which is where we predicted what was going to happen in Season 4. And if I remember right, it was all of these worlds are going to come together under a common banner. I thought it was going to be called Babylon, but under a common banner to help fight all this stuff. I thought it was going to be Earth and the Shadows, but like we'll get to in a minute, it still might kind of be Earth and the Shadows. Mm-hmm. But weird that we ended up here. Who would have ever guessed?
Very weird. Very weird. So we've got the aliens are coming. They've got all their stuff going on. Sheridan has been rescued. Marcus is waving his hand very creepily over Ivana's face.
Yeah, she'll never know.
Ivanova. Sorry, what now?
I was nervous something not great was going to happen there, right? When so she's sleeping and he goes in to wake her up and he kind of waves his hand weird over her face and says, "You'll never know." And I'm like, "Oh no, is he going to do something?" Like, okay, nope. She'll just never know that he loves her. Mm-hmm. But she does. Mm-hmm. Says that she's been learning some Minbari. Apparently she's got an eidetic memory, and she's translated what Marcus told her.
And it was so sweet.
It was.
And yet now we're gonna get Marcus and Ivanova. It makes me wonder if JMS knew that they were gonna have a 5th season. Would Marcus and Ivanova, would this have been played out over the course of the 5th season and actually allowed to breathe and not just brought right here at the very end? And then, oh yeah, we're gonna up the emotional stakes of Ivanova getting taken out because she just finally said, like, yay.
Like, this thing is going to happen finally,
Yeah.
but no, it's not.
Yeah.
One thing that I loved in this whole piece, right? So the defectors aren't really, defectors.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lay this out as a deep cut Rush reference. I'm not going to explain it, but if anyone understands that the defectors are double agents in the episode Between Darkness and Light. This is a beautiful, subtle Rush reference. And of my Rush people out there, 4 of you got it because it was not a popular song.
Wow, that's funny.
But I loved it. So they're going to go take on these new destroyers. They don't know much about them when they go to take them on, just that they're advanced.
Right. But then we see them.
Immediately,
and
you know what's up.
Oh my gosh. They've got shadow spines.
Yeah. They got the red lights. They look so mean. Yeah.
And so why is this what Sheridan knew and he kept insisting about those telepaths?
I think so. I don't know what it's going to look like, but if these are powered by, like, this is the thing. This is how he's going to take down their advanced fleet, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
But holy crud, what a battle. What a battle that started with peak Ivanova.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Uh-huh.
Who am I? Who am I?
Right.
Oh man.
Say it, Jeff. Did you write down I didn't get the quote.
Did.
I really wish I would have. I was trying to find it real fast. I should have written this down and I didn't. Go, Jeff.
I should have it as a drop is what I should have done. But who am I? I am Susan Ivanova, commander, daughter of Andrei and Sophie Ivanov. I am the right hand of vengeance and the boot that is gonna kick your sorry ass all the way back to Earth, sweetheart. I am death incarnate and the last living thing you are ever going to see. God sent me. Oh, I get that communication. Reverse course, full speed back to Earth.
That lady be crazy.
Yeah, we out. Go.
She done. She out her mind, man. Yeah, it was, oh my gosh, peak Ivanova.
Yeah.
Like everything we've known about Ivanova built to that line.
Like if this and one more line of hers have to be the last moments of her, that wow, so good.
If Jeff, it's been in my head for a while, and this would take some doing, but I want to do like a top 5 list with you. Like when we're done with the show and we're just trying to come up with content that we don't have anymore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a top 5 of Ivanova lines of the entire series.
Oh yeah,
this is number 1. This takes number 1, but
it's
there's
everything.
a lot of other good ones.
Yeah, it's everything she's ever done that's great into one piece.
Exactly. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And then we have the most on budget collision we've ever seen. Like, oh, he's coming. Cut. And now everything's messed up in the set.
Yeah.
Like we didn't see it getting messed up. It just is now.
You see her standing there, right? And then you see the ship getting closer, as Marcus says. First he says, navigation is down. Like, we're going to head over here while the repair systems can fix our navigation. I loved that line because otherwise it's like, why did you hit that thing? But you see it coming. Quick cut away, quick cut back.
Right.
I didn't think that she was hurt that. I mean, I knew she was hurt. I didn't think it was going to go this far. Like, I didn't think I was kind of shocked when we finally got to see her.
As well, I mean, I thought she would stand up with like rubble and probably have
Mhm.
her hair messed up in some blood or something. But my exact line was, "So help me if she's leaving the show," because I'm not okay with this.
No.
So, but we're not sure. I'm just telling
happen.
you, this is just where I am right now because, like, I mean, we still got 3 more episodes. Like, something could
Exactly.
happen, but I'm like, wait a minute, no. This is,
It's not okay.
no,
Not okay.
not okay. Hey, I want to back up just a little bit to Sheridan, still drunk out, but he got a PPG in his hand and unloaded.
Yeah, that's the thing we
on
call
that dude over there.
Call that a trauma response, is what that was. Yeah, that was wild.
I loved it. I really did. Go ahead.
I was going to bring us back to this piece just real quick before we get to the Ivanova stuff.
Yeah.
I think I was kind of shocked that they had the Shadow Tech, the organic Shadow Tech, ready to rock in the destroyers already.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question that I have is if they are now working with, like, if I still believe they have a Shadow ship in waiting that we're going to see, but I wonder if they're working with the Drakh, like if that's an extension of their alliance and the Drakh are helping them adapt the Shadow Tech.
Mm-hmm.
You were just going to say something?
I'm trying to decide if I think the Drakh are really involved with Earth. And I don't think they are.
Or if they're a thing even anymore.
You mean like not a thing because it's a dropped thread?
Yeah. Although this is a dropped thread I would support because I think like they put him out on screen and they're just like, oh, okay, nope, we need to change course. That did not work.
The Drakh are the alien from Grey 17.
Yeah, the whatever that thing was that we got apologies for.
So I mean, end of the episode then is Sheridan finally gets reunited with Dylan. He goes and sees Ivanova, who is in a halo.
Yeah.
And Sheridan tells her the truth.
He does.
Good on him.
Yep. Right thing to do.
I hate it when people, oh no, you're going to be fine. We're going to get you through this. I'm like, you can't say that to that person. I know you're just trying to bolster spirits and stuff, but you don't know that.
Yeah. That person needs time to become at peace. If it's possible, they got to come to peace with where things are. And Sheridan gave her that chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was great. And she dropped another amazing Ivanova line. She spoke quite a bit about, don't feel any guilt for me. I am who I am and I did what I did. You're not responsible. Don't feel guilt. Don't carry any more guilt for me, or I'm going to come back and kick your ass.
Right.
I'm like, yes. Right. But that one line alone tells me like she's going to be okay. She's still there. Or they just gave us that one last little, I tell you, between now and watching this next episode, this is all I'm thinking about is what's going to happen to Ivanova.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta find that out. Now, one last bit about Ivanova. It actually closes the show. She has a request.
Yeah.
And it's a cool request. Out in this moment, she is not thinking of herself
at all.
I love it. And Sheridan, with the permission of the current captain, retakes command of the Agamemnon for this final battle. That's dope. Like, I love Sheridan back on the Agamemnon.
Same.
And I don't even know the Agamemnon. Like, it's the ship that dropped him off 3 years ago. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it means to me.
Oh. I still can't get it out of my head though. And I don't know if it's just the way the captain portrays himself or what, but I still feel like they might be not so defectors.
I felt that way at first. I think I'm just on the, I think until we have a reason to believe to otherwise say it, we've just got to take it for face value.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I am with it. I'm just taking it for face value until they betray my trust.
That's fair.
Well, Jeff, with that being said, we have definitely then reached that point of the episode where we boil this all down and see if this has any of that deep moral message Is there something that JMS is trying to tell us through this episode? Is he holding up a mirror to our society? Is he giving us hope that we can be better in the future? Is he trying to tell us something? Well, Jeff, you are going to analyze that. You're going to tell us how Star Trek that is and how Babylon 5 is it done by rating this on a scale of 0 to 5 Delta Furies. Jeff, what do you got for us this week?
In addition to what I have prepared, we brought up that conversation earlier about not just jumping to conclusions and allowing people to have their thought processes and stuff. I want to include that here in my final assessment of the episode because I think it's so important. You know, I mean, we just that leads to real dialogue and real back and forth when people can think through things and have permission to change their minds. And I think that's fantastic. I think in this episode, what's challenging for me, and I have a feeling this is going to persist through at least the rest of this season, if not further on, is we have these long arc threads that are being pulled through, message threads, as it were. And two of them really stood out to me in this one. One we talked about a little bit last week about the person who just shows up to work and just does their job and is perpetrating super, super evil things as a result. In this episode, Delenn said, she's talking about, President Clark is the one issuing the orders, but it wasn't Delenn, it was Ivanova. President Clark is issuing the orders, but they're the ones pulling the trigger. And so, that's William. That's not William. The people who are just showing up and doing their jobs. And I think this really causes, there's not a message in this per se, as much as hey, think about this. If what you're doing is inherently bad, but you're doing it because it's your job, or you're afraid of what's going to happen if you don't do it, but you still know it's not a good thing. Back to last week, say no. Right. And I think that came up. When Ivanova was grilling the people over the people that were killed at Beta 9, she was all about justice for them. And so where does that culpability lie? But the big one in this one that I think really touched so much of what happened, and where I think, and you'll see reflected in my score, that we're not there yet. This episode didn't do it. This episode moved it along. Humanity is the glue that bonds us together. Gosh, my God, right? Humanity builds community, fosters diversity, and bonds people together. And what we've seen in the last 4 seasons, I mean, I can say we've seen it in 4 seasons now, full 4 seasons. Without humanity at the center, and in Babylon 5, this is humanity for us. This is without our humanity, our united humanity in the center of what we do. Without that, we fight, we argue, we kill each other over scraps. Right? I mean, just petty, stupid things. But when we can look at humanity as a whole together, just like Sheridan said back a couple episodes, it's easy to unite against a common enemy. What we need to do is unite for a common goal. And that's what we saw happen right here in this one. And I think it was incredible. I loved this. I think we still have more to go, and that's why it's not going to be a 5 Delta Fury episode, but it is a 4 Delta Fury episode.
I like it. Jeff, you picked up on the one thing that really stuck out to me. Humans are the glue that hold us together. I'm not going to repeat too much of what you just said, but I remember going through when I was doing Beam Me Up as a Star Trek podcast, and we got into Enterprise, and we were going through Enterprise, and something that struck me with as many times as I've seen Enterprise that struck me brand new was the idea that all of these alien races already existed out there. The Vulcans, the Andorians, the Tellarites, the Klingons, all of these guys out there, all spacefaring, and they were all warring against each other. Nobody was together. It wasn't until this new group, these humans, came on the scene that they were able to not even set aside their differences, to still own their differences, have their differences, but in the middle of that, still come together and work together to be the glue. And it was really just this idea that Gene Roddenberry was trying to push out all the way back in the 60s, which is that like the hope of the world, the hope of the universe, the hope of the world is humans. It's us.
Yeah.
The capacity to be great, the capacity to do stuff is in us. It exists in us. I'm going to stop here because you said it way better even just a few moments ago, but I loved that. It harkened all the way back. I would encourage anyone to go back and listen to Beam Me Up. I know it's shameless and selfless to be able to say that, but particularly through the Enterprise episodes, because it was an interesting conclusion especially for me as somebody who had seen this show so many times before, to just kind of reflect on the idea of what is it that the potential of humanity, that despite all of our differences, we still can do this, which is just amazing to me. So good. 4. I'm with you.
Well, on top of that, we are creating the absolute 100% definitive and objectively correct ranking of all of the episodes in the 4th season of Babylon 5. Our top 5, for those of you keeping score: number 1, Into the Fire; number 2, last week's Intersections in Real Time; number 3, No Surrender, No Retreat; number 4, The Long Night; and number 5, Atonement. Brent, where do you put Between the Darkness and the Light?
Jeff, remind me what Atonement was. I remember really liking it and feeling like I maybe was putting it a little higher than it necessarily deserved, but remind me what that one was about.
That was Delenn doing the dreaming, and we learned about Ducat.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good one.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say I was going to put it above that, but I don't think so. Does it break the top 5? I liked this episode a lot. But honestly, Jeff, at the same time, this episode also doesn't feel. This episode sets up next week, guys. Let's face it. This episode is not over. This episode did not come to an end. They just said, "Hey, press pause before we get to next week." So I don't think it cracks our top 5. Jeff, this top 10, top 11 is a really strong group of episodes.
Really good. Really good.
Okay, Face of the Enemy, we just had that one. Which one was that one? Or I remember just going through that one. Which one was Face of the Enemy? That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Face of the Enemy is when Sheridan, when Garibaldi came and picked up Sheridan.
That's right. I'm going to put this one above that one. This is going to go between Atonement and Face of the Enemy. Because I did like this episode a ton. But yeah, Delenn and the dreaming and that whole piece. What Ducat did and said and taught, and the way he instilled stuff into Delenn, I'm very comfortable leaving that there.
Yeah, that's foundational Babylon 5 stuff. Yeah. Well, that's it for Between the Darkness and the Light. Next week, we're watching Endgame for the first time. We haven't seen these episodes before. We haven't seen thumbnails or synopses or anything, descriptions, anything like that. Brent, we like to play a game where we predict what the next episode is going to be about, and we're going to be held accountable for this next week as to how right or wrong we were. So what do you, sir, think Endgame is going to be about?
Is it really called Endgame?
It really is.
It's really called Endgame. Okay. Oh, well, this is the part where I would do some sort of snarky reference to a Star Trek episode that was also named Endgame and pretend like my prediction was the plot of that particular episode. Or maybe I could even surprise you and change it by referencing the Marvel movie, which was Endgame. But I'm not going to do that. I told you earlier, I don't even need to know the episode because I'm going to make a bold prediction, but it's not really a bold prediction. This actually is a prediction, Jeff. I was thinking about it. I was looking at it. This is a prediction that is based on the history, and in this case, Babylon 5's history, and specifically the real world production of the show not so much the in-universe stuff.
Okay.
All right. What I have noticed about Babylon 5 is they have developed a pattern for episodes 20, 21, and 22. And next week is episode 20. Right? In season 1, it was Babylon Squared, followed by Quality of Mercy or whatever other lesser episode they stuck in there because things were being shown out of order. And then they had Chrysalis, right? Season 2 was Long Twilight Struggle, followed by Comes the Inquisitor, which I still liked better than you, and then Fall of Night. Remember when we said with Long Twilight Struggle, like that should have been the season finale?
Totally.
Fall of Night was great. Babylon Squared was our number 1 episode from season 1. Chrysalis was really good, right? In season 3, it was The Rock Cries Out, which was where Rifa met his maker.
Yeah.
Right? Which was it was a good episode. Not as epic as Long Twilight Struggle.
Few episodes ever will be.
Right. But you had that. And then you had Shadow Dancing, right? Which was just Walkabout Part 2.
Yeah.
And then you had Zaha Doom, which actually was a fantastic season finale. But episode 20 has always felt like some big time season finale type episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Narn tearing Rifa apart could have been a season ender, honestly.
Yeah.
Then episode 21 is this like little lull. And then episode 22 brings it right back up as the season finale. But 20 is the one.
Like the high point.
That's the high point, typically speaking. So based on that, and now that you tell me the episode is titled Endgame, because you know what Endgame is, Jeff? That is the title of something being done.
Yeah.
That is the title. That is an ending title. So that actually bolsters my prediction for next week.
Okay.
Here's my prediction. Next week, not in 3 more weeks. Next week, the Earth liberation fleet, whatever we're calling this comes to an end. The finale of this whole thing with Clark and the president and Sheridan, it ends next week, not in episode 22, like we've been saying. So I think next week is the big battle. This is the big climax of the story. This will end that conflict. And that's going to leave us 2 more episodes after that to kind of do like a little dip down, and then we'll catch a season finale as we go off.
Okay.
That's my prediction. And the title only bolsters my prediction.
Definitely.
What do you think?
So first of all, Ivanova.
Oh,
I think I'm going to steal a phrase from you. I think that next week we're going to get the redemption of Dr. Franklin.
nice. I could go with that.
Franklin's going to take Ivanova back to Babylon 5.
Yep.
And he's going to hook himself up to the Quality of Mercy machine. And he's going to save Ivanova.
Does that mean Franklin's leaving the show? No offense to Richard Bix. Does that mean Franklin's leaving the show instead of Ivanova? Or is he just going to like give her enough?
I think he'll give her enough.
Okay.
Like she's not going to come out and be like, I'm fixed and forever. It's going to be like, here's enough to get you going. And now we're both going to be laid out for the rest of the season, essentially.
I could dig that. I would. That makes me feel better, frankly, Jeff. I honestly forgot that machine. I know I just referenced the episode. I forgot that machine was in this universe.
Well, we haven't seen it since Revelations when they used it to save Garibaldi. And Sheridan hooked himself up to it and was pretty okay. I mean, like he said, I think if I remember right, he was drained, but I mean, honestly, he probably would have preferred death. He was hanging out with his sister the whole time. But in that one,
well, I think what that was a piece of it was there was a little bit of Sheridan has a death wish because of Anna.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
he still was carrying this death wish, and he was like, "Yeah, let me go."
I'll do it. Like it's getting rubbed in my face right now. So yeah, I think that we'll end up with
a third commander here.
Yeah, why not this early? But I think the end, and I think to a point, I think you're right. And this ended with Sheridan having them set a course for Mars, and so they're going to split the fleet, I think, and somehow do Mars and Earth. But I have a very specific prediction of how this ends.
Okay.
Clark is going to get onto one of these shadow destroyer ships, and he's going to be up there.
Tell me he's going to plug himself into the shadow thing.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Tell me he's going to do that.
He loves
Like,
the
he's not a
shadows so
telepath.
much, he's going to try and become one, right? Like, oh, I love that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But no, what I think is going to happen
Okay.
is he's going to be like, we've seen him twice in little clips, like we've never actually seen him.
Yeah.
And so I think that we'll see him now. He'll be on a ship, on the bridge, yelling, screaming. He's going to be broadcasting to the Liberation Fleet. But his big, super powerful Shadow Destroyer is going to be marooned right behind all the other ships because he's really a coward. And as he's yelling, and Sheridan is back and forth, right? So this is going to be almost Balance of Terror type stuff where the two commanders talking it out, but it's going to be broadcast across the fleet. We're going to get this and this. And eventually Clark's men are going to be like, yeah, this is all a bunch of BS. And his own forces are going to turn and they're going to blast Clark out of the sky. It's not even going to be Sheridan who fires the last shot. It's going to be everybody collectively being like, we're done with you, my man.
They're going to treat Clark and his ship like Sheridan treated that one dude with the PPG.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
Interesting. So we're both on the page that this war is over next week.
It's Endgame. How could it be anything else?
Exactly. I was thinking like this was my prediction. You said Endgame, then I was like, oh my gosh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the giveaway there.
Well, I think it sets up the finale really well, where now Sheridan doesn't have to be a criminal of any kind. He can be a hero because he's not the one who did the stuff. Like, I just think this sets stuff
Not
up
the
really
one.
well.
Not the one.
Not the one. Well, I can't wait to find out. And Brent, we're going to find out next week. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. Please subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. Leave us a rating and a review. And please share this show with a friend or someone who's dying to get into Babylon 5. So Brent, until next, actually, hey Brent.
Yeah.
It's kind of off topic, but I think it's fine. Did you see the game on TV last night?
So I don't watch TV anymore. Well,
Really?
yeah, I mean, it's just a cultural wasteland filled with inappropriate metaphors and unrealistic portrayal of life created by the liberal media elite.
In Valen's name.
I mean, we're not some deep space franchise. This station is about something.
Every time that ends, Jeff, I want to go bump, bump, bump.
Yeah, seriously. Bum, bum, bum.
Let you play it one more time.
All right.
I mean, we're not some deep space franchise. This station is about something.
Bump, bump, bump.
I'll get it twice. Oh yeah, like it's football, right?
Something, yeah.
That's Sports Center. That's what that was.
Or any news clip. Da-na-na, da-na-na. No, but that's no. See, Sports Center is different. Sports Center, da-na-na, da-na-na. This was like dun dun da da da-na-na. Like it.
Okay.
You know, it's like Vanilla Ice.
Right.
No. They're like I was like
I added an eighth note. Totally
right.
different.
It's totally different. It's totally different. Jeff, I love Club 65. You guys get your gear, bit.ly.com or no, bit.ly/ whatever.
bit.ly/B5 Club 65. It's capital B, capital C.
Yeah. You guys go do that. I'm watching Endgame. I'm leaving.
I am so pumped.
Should we watch it
for this
together?
one.
Should we do a first watch together and like record it?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm going to go watch it right now. Bye.
Yes.
Well,
No.
I'm pointing that way like I'm going to go downstairs and watch it. No, I'm
do it
watching
right
it
here.
right here.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. This is exciting
All right.
stuff.
All right. Let's go see the end of this war. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Bye, guys.